What up, y'all?
What's goody good?
I hear my man AAP Ferg. What's
that
good?
Trap Lord, what's going on, man?
You good?
I'm perfect.
This
bro.
is one of the lords that never worry. You know what I'm saying?
About nothing.
You don't worry about nothing. Nothing.
No doubt.
How's the tour going?
Tour is amazing, man. Like, it's just a blessing to have our own tour. And, you know, we was doing the tour with Drake last year. We learned a lot from him. So, like, this year we just get to do our thing.
Now, the climb is almost not even a climb. It's like a shot, like a rocket shoot. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just went straight up in terms of the team growing, you know what I'm saying, in terms of fame, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And all of that. How you been able to swallow that? I mean, coming from Harlem, doing regular Harlem things, making music in the bubble, and then just realizing that the whole nation, the whole world is embracing your music.
You know, it's crazy. I always said, like, you know, Kanye and his friends was like always the coolest friends that I ever seen. I said, man, the world, like they didn't get a whiff of my friendship. So like it's just like we been knew he was the shit. Like, you know, not just speaking like, you know, in terms of us, you know, we a bunch of fly motherfuckers just, you know, running around Harlem, and we just like, yo, if the world get to see what we doing and our talents, then, you know, we'll take the world by storm. So we just proving ourselves right.
Absolutely. How's Harlem now? When you're home, how does everybody receive you now?
Harlem, before we used to be the weirdos. They'd be like, yo, who these dudes dressing in weird sneakers, tight jeans? They ain't know that our sneakers was like $3,000 or like our shirts, a t-shirt was like $250. Alexander Wayne, they ain't know nothing about that. They just thought it was weird, and they just knew like girls like this for no, like yo, you dress mad weird, like why the bitches be fucking with y'all? Like, but now they getting to understand, like, you know, everybody that was wearing the ACGs and Mermots and True Religions, they like, yo, how can we get with this wave? So I think it's a kind of thing where it's like, you know, they definitely beginning to respect us and respect us as a movement, because they see we're not the only people that's like that. We used to come from Harlem and go to Soho, where it was like more people like us, you know, hood people, you know, they was probably selling weed on their block, but they come to Soho to meet because that was their escape, and they could be like artists, and like they wouldn't get like picked on or whatever.
Yeah, it was more diverse
themselves.
down there.
Exactly.
Now, do you see the trend? Do you see the trend changing in Harlem because of your success? You know what I'm saying? Like when Cam and them came out, obviously Harlem's known to being fly,
Right.
flamboyant, even. You know what I'm saying? All the way from Alpo and them, all the way up to Dipset and all of that.
Right.
So when Dipset came out, it might have been foreign for a little while, but Harlem adapted and started following the new, you know, the kings of Harlem.
Exactly.
So you guys are like the new kings of Harlem in terms of representing that part of the city. So do you see the style? Do you see the trends changing and kind of accepting of what you guys been doing?
I definitely see people looking into it and wanting to know more about it. Like, I was on my block the other day, and like guys, like real street dudes that just wouldn't ask about no type of fashion. They just wear Timbs, and like they keep it real Yankee fitted. It's like, what's those? I had some Rick Owens on. And they're just like, what's those? And I'm like, these Rick Owens. They're like, oh, those is fly. I guess because they hearing about it in the music, and they seeing more of it like around, like where they I think they just want to just change their style and be different.
Yeah, you guys made it. You guys made it accepted.
Exactly.
You know
we just all about individuality, like, and being creative. Like, I never want to look like anybody. That's why I got white gold grills. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, even though, you know, grills is different nowadays, like we brought the grill back, I'm like, yo, I can't have gold. I got to have white gold. Like, so.
Work. Did you know it was going to explode like that? So basically, to give some reference, Ferg got a joint called Work, and the video actually premiered on Carm Loop TV.
Word. And
it shot up like a rocket also. You know what I'm saying?
Doubt.
How do the fans get when you come out and you perform?
I'd be
Work?
so surprised that the fans take to the song like that, because it's not even like a radio joint or nothing like that. It's not mainstream. It's just like, I did it sitting in my room. Like, I did it with my own studio set up, and like I co-directed the video with Show Me from Karma Loop. I got like all the places and got all the cool clothes to shoot the video and stuff. And you know, like whenever I go to a show and I see everybody knows the words, I'm like, everybody has to see the video because that's the only way they could really know the words, or besides like listening to the mixtape. So that means it's a lot of people tuning in, and it's just like, it's mind-boggling. Like,
did you feel like ASAP as a group, it was like Rocky, then ASAP as the group? Do you feel like that song kind of positioned you like, okay, now I'm starting to learn everybody individually. Now Ferg stepped up. You know what I'm saying? It's like now, for someone that's just like, you know what I'm saying, it's one big Wu-Tang clan in a sense.
Right.
You came up out of the shadow a little bit and was like, yo, I'm here.
Right.
Pete.
I think that's gonna happen anyway because you know, like, you know, Rocky, he kicked down the door just for us to show face. You know
Absolutely.
What I'm saying? So like that was gonna happen. If it was work, whether it was Choppers on Deck or Persian Wine, it was either one would have been like a dope video, like a dope visual, and I think that it would have caught like people's attention. And like even if it wasn't that video, perhaps like I would have did it until I caught motherfuckers' attention.
Absolutely.
You know?
Lords Don't Worry.
Lords
Online
Never
right
Worry.
now.
You already know you could
They
go
never
online and
worry.
get that. And yo, I've been listening to the Chopped and Screw version like every
like
day
it?
by Slim K. Like I love the Chopped and Screw version, so like definitely listen to that Chopped and Screw version by Slim K.
Look at
He
that.
killed that.
Look at that.
You already
You
know
never
Lords Never
really
Worry.
hear people telling you to go get the Chopped and Screw version. Like
Yeah.
it just happens
It's
and people just accept it.
Yeah.
But you actually feeling what they did with you.
Yeah, I love the Chopped and Screw
Yeah.
music, and like, you know, it just takes you like on another ride, you know,
Right.
that you ain't go on when you first listen to the mixtape. So listen to it and then listen to the Chopped and Screw version.
There you go.
And tell me what you think about it.
ASAP Ferg.
You already know that trap lord, that Fergenstein, sipping that Persian wine with your Persian dime. Shout outs to Frank the Butcher, man.
Good looking.
It's a pleasure, man.
Harlem in here.
You already know.
Harlem in here.
Peace.
Peace.
The Butcher's Block. The Butcher's Block.
You're now in tune to The Butcher's Block. I'm your host, Frank the Butcher, and today's guest is the most infamous Prodigy and Mobb Deep. How you doing?
What's up,
Thanks
man?
for coming through.
Good looking for having me, man. Word.
So P, the Mobb Deep legacy is one for the history books. One of the most long-running hip-hop duos ever. I mean, if you count back the first album, not the infamous album, but the actual first album to today,
Juvenile Hell, yeah.
how many years is that?
Maybe about almost like 20 years.
20
probably,
years. 20, like, I mean, it's even hard to imagine a rap group to stay relevant. Relevant too, not sliding by on a seat, you know, by the seat of your pants. You stayed strong and relevant and trend-setting for 20 years. What's the status of Mobb? Just let everybody know so they hear from your mouth, like album-wise, relationship-wise. Are we good? Are the fans good?
Yeah, I mean, Mobb Deep is always just gonna be Mobb Deep, you know what I mean? Like,
Forever.
don't nothing change about that, yeah.
Is
So,
there plans to continue doing another album?
Yeah, definitely, definitely, you know what I mean? Just right now, I'm just focused on the HNIC project, HNIC Part 3, you know, because that's just what's next on the list right now, you know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And Havoc's featured on HNIC.
Yeah, he's on
Of
there.
course.
On one of the dopest joints, too, you know
There
what I
you
mean?
go. So that
Right.
should clear up any speculation.
Exactly.
One of the strongest joints on the album featuring your longtime partner, Havoc. Hell on Earth is my favorite album, and it was dark. You know, it makes me feel like something crazy happened between the first album and the second album, how everything got so dark, the subject matter got a little angrier, a little more serious. Touch on what happened between first two albums to change everything up.
Oh, it took us about almost 2 years to make Hell on Earth because while we were recording that album, it was like, you know, my father passed away, had his brother died. We had about 4 or 5 friends that got murdered. So it was like so much stress and just pain and anger and
Was
around
it hard
us.
to make music during that period?
It wasn't hard to make the music, but it was just like so much negativity in us, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the thing is, we kept working though, you know what I mean? It didn't slow us down at all. We kept working, but I could say it did take a little time to make the album because, you know, we had to handle certain things that was going on, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Mobb only worked with a small circle of people. All the features was either infamous Mobb related or just Queens in general or Woo, but they were label mates.
Yeah.
But when you did the first HNIC album, you broadened that. I mean, you worked with Cash Money Records in 2000.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So was it always something that you figured like, yo, when I'm on my own, let me reach out to some people that I'm feeling, a little different formula from the regular Mobb Deep formula?
Yeah, that's what it was basically about. Like, cause you know, when you do interviews, I already knew people was gonna say, so what's the big difference between the Mobb Deep album and the Prodigy album? Like, what's the big, if the fans want the music, why don't we just go buy Mobb Deep? Why would we go buy your album? And so I had to make it different, like, you know what I mean? So I would choose different producers. I would use up and coming producers that nobody really heard of, cats that was real hungry, you know what I mean? And I was feeling their joints. Or as far as the features, like I would just use people that you wouldn't expect, like, you know what I mean? Like the BG feature, you know what I mean?
And maybe we wouldn't have heard a Mobb Deep song with a BG feature.
Right.
Do you remember seeing Wayne back then?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Did you expect them? Did you see any potential? Did you expect them
Oh,
to?
hell yeah.
Yeah?
I knew Wayne was gonna be crazy. Wayne been rapping since he was like 11 years old.
In 2000, I mean, I don't know how old he is right now, but he must have been a child. Like
Yeah, I mean, Wayne been dropping albums since like 95, 96.
That's
Like,
crazy.
people don't even know that. Like, you know what I mean?
So let's talk HNIC 3. On the eve of it dropping, you kind of, move with the same formula as all the albums where you use different producers, up and coming producers, some features. You got T.I., you got Wiz Khalifa. Let's talk about the new album and tell the people what you want this album to represent. Like, what is this album saying for Prodigy in 2012?
As far as the album and the features, man, I just tried to keep the tradition going of using, people that you wouldn't expect me to use and work with, just people that I like personally in the music industry. Like, Wiz, I'm big on his music because to me, he just brings some uniqueness to the table, you know what I mean?
You feeling his music?
Yeah, he's real like different and unique, you know.
You have a son that's probably feeling a lot of these.
Yeah, and my son, that's how I actually first was turned on to Wiz when I was locked up. I used to talk to my son on the phone. He's like, yo, there's this new rapper, I'm telling you, this kid is nice. I'm like, who is it? Wiz Khalifa. So yeah, when I got home, I started studying his music and I was like, oh, this kid is dope, I like him, you know what I mean? And then with T.I., it was just like, I always was feeling T.I. music, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we was both locked up at the same time, so I just felt like that would be something interesting for people to see. If we come on, we do a song together, you know what I mean?
Show unification too.
Yeah. Where I'm at right now is just like, the whole experience I went through being locked up for 3 years, man, it taught me a lot. It changed me a lot too, mentally, physically, everything, man. And what I learned out of it was just, just being more mature. I learned a lot of patience. Obviously, being locked up, you can't go nowhere. You gotta have patience, you know what I mean? So I learned a lot of patience. I just reflected. I had time to reflect on a lot of my mistakes and a lot of the things that I used to do. It just made me realize the changes that I needed to make personally, you know what I mean, in order to have a successful career to keep going. You know what I mean?
Health-wise too.
Yeah.
Health, legal,
attitude,
the whole nine.
everything,
attitude,
man.
positive.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So we got a new and improved, like, positive P.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I try to just be a better person, man.
Absolutely.
That's all. You know what I mean?
Obviously, when you write a rhyme, you're at a place, there's people around you, you know what I'm saying, it's a certain time of your life. So when you're saying something, it might make absolute sense to you, but some people might not get the context of it, you know what I'm saying? Or they might flip the words or thinking you meant something that you didn't mean or whatever.
Yeah, all the time. That happens to me a lot.
Right? I mean, you know what it is. You get clever with it. You're trying to, dress it up a little bit, and sometimes we don't understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's just wondering what the story was behind the lyric. So I'm going to give you 3 lyrics.
Okay.
Just let me know quickly, like, the stories behind these lyrics.
All right.
So the first lyric is, I used to drive a Ack and kept a Mac in the engine. Littles painted it black with crack sale intentions. What's the story behind that? Was there literally a gun tucked away?
Back in the days, I think it was about 89, man, 90, I had bought my second car. It was an Acura Legend coupe. I learned that police never search the engine every time that they pull me over, like, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay, this is a good idea. This is a good place where you can put the gun. You know what I'm saying? So I used to keep the gun in there all the time. And back then, if the police pulled you over, they didn't lock you up for not having a license. They'll just make you park the car and walk. You know what I'm saying? So
worst case, you had to walk home.
Yeah, so that's what I was doing, whatever. But I kept my car parked down the block, and somebody had stole my car. We actually found my car in Ozone, right? It was stripped to the bone, right? Took the airbags, everything, right? So when I went to go pick it up, my Mac 10 was in the engine still, you know what I'm saying?
Really?
So when I went to go pick it up, I was kind of scared to pick it up because I didn't know if
so it was like an impound?
Yeah, it was an impound. I didn't know if the police found the gun or whatever. So we was kind of nervous when we went to go pick the car up. So whatever, I said, fuck it. I picked the car up, boom, and the Mac was still there. I was happy about that. They didn't get that or whatever.
It doesn't get hot?
Yeah, I mean.
You're not like the ammo
where I used to keep it, where I used to keep it, it really didn't get too hot. But sometimes, like in the summertime, I used to be kind of nervous to keep the clip inside of the gun because I didn't want the bullets to start popping off or whatever.
Yeah.
So anyway, my man Littles, he's from the projects with Queensbridge or whatever, he wanted to buy the car bad. He kept telling me like, oh P, before it got stolen, yo P, I want to buy this car, this is dope, I'll give you this mounts for it, I'll give you this. I'm like, nah, I ain't selling this shit. Cause I really put the whole car together. I had the white seats with the piping, I had the Momo steering wheel, I had the green tints with the green paint, hammers, like it was hooked up, like, you know what I mean? So I didn't want to sell it. But when it got stolen and stripped down, I'm like, my car is finished. I felt like crying, like, you know what I'm saying? So Littles was like, what's up? You still want to sell the car?
He bought it?
Yeah, he bought it stripped, fucked up, and then he just rebuilt it, you know what I'm saying? And he painted it black, you know what I mean? And that's what, that's what he was out there doing. He was
the
out there
Mac in
hustling.
the engine, Little painting it black with crack selling intentions.
Yeah,
all true, all fact.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Second lyric, surgical signs of the end while I am that, which brings apocalypse to this game called rap. G.O.D. Part 3, Hell on Earth. Obviously it's a metaphor, but where was you at that time? Like, what did that mean?
Yeah, that's from the song G.O.D. Basically what I was saying was lyrically, my lyrics and my whole aura is like a sign of the times. Like end of the world, apocalypse, revelation type of shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Because our music was just, it was touching people's emotions, and it was even touching mine when I hear it. Like, I could just tell it was like something powerful that we were creating. So I could tell we were ushering in a whole new feeling and way of thinking in the music.
So you were recognizing the power of your lyrics.
Yeah, so that's when I say, like, you know, signs of the end, when I am that, which bring apocalypse to this game called rap. Not a game, but quite serious. Yo, in fact, you be running for dear life. So far, you might fall off the map, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I was just talking about, like, the feel of our music and the lyrics and how it just make you feel like, oh my God, like, this is incredible gangster shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it was incredible gangster shit. Last one. You can, run through this really quick. Write a book full of medicine to generate mills. Keep it thorough off the first, HNIC.
Okay.
What do you mean about that?
We had a saying that I used to run with all the time. I used to be like, our music is like drugs. You know what I mean? Like, you smoke weed, you get high, but you go also listen to our music, you get high. You know what I'm saying? You get high off of the music.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So that's what I meant when I said that, you know what I mean?
So your rhymes, your lyrics, is the metaphor of the book full of, medicine.
Right. I was actually, like, I hate to say shit like this, but I was actually the first person in hip hop to say my rap is like crack. You know what I'm saying? On a DJ Clue mixtape. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I tell you what, because that is the trend. You know what I'm saying? So you heard it here first.
And then everybody
Rap
just started
crack.
saying it, like, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Well, you heard it here first. You know what I mean? So that's it, man. I want to thank you, Prodigy, for coming through.
Good looking, man.
One of my favorite rappers, straight up and down. Mobb Deep, the infamous. I mean, the legacy is crazy. It's undeniable. You know what I mean? And as a fan of you, like, we appreciate you continuing to, to put out that music.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we got a lot more to do. We're not done.
And we look forward. We look forward. So, album, HNIC.
HNIC Part 3. Make sure you get like 10 copies.
10 copies.
Pass them out to your friends and family.
So that's what it is. Prodigy Mobb Deep.
Look out for the books. You know what I mean?
Yes.
HNIC book. Look out for my next autobiography I'm putting out.
All right. Prodigy Mobb Deep.
The butcher's block.